Hi everyone, my name is Jordi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we have a very interesting video about cultural differences. You guys know I really like this topic. So here I am bringing you a new video. Today we have a very special guest too. She is called Chiharu. She is a woman from Japan originally, but she decided to move from Japan to the States at the age of 28. So I thought it could be an interesting profile to interview. So I'm gonna have a quick interview with her. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video. If you want to comment something below, I will be reading your comments. Let's go with the video. So here we are with Chiharu. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again, Chiharu. How are you today?
Hey, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. First of all, thank you so much for coming to the YouTube channel and for accepting this interview. So if you're ready, let me know and let's start.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Right, so as I said in the introduction, Chiharu is originally from Japan, but decided to move all the way to the States at the age of 27, 28, even though Chiharu looks like 27 or 28 now.
Yeah, I'm 47 right now, and I'm gonna be 48 in a few weeks. So
Nobody's gonna believe this.
But yeah, basically, yeah, but I didn't actually plan to move to the US when I came here at the age of 27. My original plan was to, go to the US, get a master's degree, and come back to Japan and then get a better job. And I thought I would figure out, the rest of my future later.
Yeah.
However, my plan changed. I'm an English teacher for a few years in Japan, and I've always wanted to study abroad in the U.S. And I didn't have a chance, but finally I did. So I came and got the degree. And towards the end of my study, I found out that I could stay one more year and work legally on a student visa. And I thought that's cool, if I had a working experience, here in the US and then go back to Japan, probably I get, better job. So
yeah.
I took the opportunity and I stayed one more year.
I think, like overall, in many countries, when you have experience abroad and then you bring that back to your country and you try to find a job, I think people get surprised. Like it's something that catches the attention when you are like reading a CV and you see that someone has been working abroad. It's always something interesting and something to take in account for having someone new to work for any company.
Yeah, I thought I could have an edge, when I apply for a job. So yeah, I decided to stay. But during that stay, I actually got married to an American. So
wow,
that's how I wind up staying here,
Because your plan was to go back, right, to Japan?
Yeah, I was planning when I came here. I thought just stay here. My plan was a little bit kind of stretched. I tried to get a master in a year, so I crammed everything.
Yeah,
and I did graduated within a year, and I got the degree within a year. And unfortunately, Japan, like the job that I wanted to apply back then had the age limit. So I had to apply for it before I become 30 or something. So that's the whole reason. Like I was like, I have to go now,
I'm guessing that once you moved to the US, everything was super different for you. Like, especially from Japan, from your original country. So could you explain how did you feel the very first days after landing in the US?
Interesting question. The very first day that I noticed, so I did the homestay. So I, went to the, American family's home.
Yeah.
And the first night that I noticed is the light fixture of the, house in each room.
Yeah.
And in Japan, the house, almost all houses have a light fixture on the ceiling.
Yeah, true.
In each room. So in each room, definitely you can have a light in the evening, and then most of the time we use like a fluorescent light bulb, so it's pretty bright.
Yeah, bright
light
color. Yeah.
at daytime, even in the evening. However, in the US, and especially the house that I stayed, the light fixture was not on the ceiling, and you have to have like a floor, like a desk lamp,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the floor, and then you have to plug it in. Otherwise, you don't have light in that room.
Yeah.
And then the light bulb they were using is an incandescent light bulb, so it's not white, more like a yellowy, warm tone color. I thought that was really funny,
Was there any other differences you felt, like, for instance, in relation when you were like gathering with people from the States, more like about, for instance, like, imagine that you were having a conversation with someone from the US, or the way of greeting is very different. Was there something you felt like, oh my god, this is so different, like you were feeling like shocked as well?
Well, was definitely greeting, like they hug, right?
Yeah.
And then, but as a Japanese, we always bow.
Yeah.
We never touch other person. But like, people say, "Oh, welcome," like hugging me, and then I get so embarrassed. Like I get blushed, like my face was all red because I get so embarrassed. And then, I mean, if I get hugged by a old lady, that's okay, But the kids from the same age group, or from a different gender, and I get so embarrassed. Like, oh my gosh, this is something I have to get used to.
Okay, interesting. Right. Cultural wise, could you explain the drastic changes you felt at some point, or the things that bothered you, or the feeling of release in any aspect about any situation or something?
Well, first of all, I don't get bothered that much, as I have a kind of mild temper.
Okay.
So, however, the quality of customer service is much worse in the US. So I feel a little bit, bothered a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like a cashier at a supermarket, like they keep having personal conversation with another worker, even though I'm standing right in front of them trying to check out my groceries, but they keep having conversation.
That's a Western thing. That's a Western thing, I would say.
Yeah?
I would say that's a Western thing.
So that happens in your country too?
Yeah, indeed. Like, I'm there waiting.
That would never ever happen in Japan. Like, I felt really like, I don't know, like I feel like I was ignored, like
yeah. I want to buy something.
Like, if that happens in Japan, of course, the employees talking to each other, that happens. However, if they notice the customer come to the cashing counter, they will stop working. Stop talking, and they, try to attend the customer, and then they give me 100% attention.
Yeah.
That's not the case in the US. So I thought, and then it's really surprising that the people kind of wait for, the customers wait patiently, they don't really seem to get bothered by that. I don't know, they get bothered, but they don't show. But,
I think they must be used to it.
and I sometimes get a bad attitude. Like, if the employee is having a bad day, I could definitely tell through their attitude. But that doesn't happen in Japan. They're professional, like, in that way, so they try to hide.
I mean, as far as I know, like, there's like a, let's say, a hidden rule in Japan. The customer is like a god or something. I've heard that so many times.
Yes.
So that also is not only in restaurants, it's also in supermarkets.
And that you had a part-time job at the fast food restaurant, like a McDonald's or something, then they actually value the experience because the company trained the employees, even part-timers, very, very well. So they learn customer service from day one.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's actually a positive aspect.
Right, so did you think at any point after moving to the US that you made a change for the worse or for the better? Imagine, because, when you move to a different country, even though you speak the language or something, the first days or the first season or the first months, you can't think like, oh my god, I shouldn't have moved, these negative thoughts that can come to you, all this stuff. Or did you think like, wow, I'm so happy that I came here, this is the best thing I could have done, Did you feel like something negative or negative thoughts or any regrets, something after moving to the US?
I'm the latter one, I was like, having a really good time.
Wow.
Immersing myself in a different culture. Like growing up, I'm attracted to something different from what I have.
Yeah.
So, I think I made a change for the better. And then in general, I see my life as, evolving every day, improving every day. So future is always better for me. When I came here, and then actually started living, got married to an American. So, my life is now based here. But I was lucky to be surrounded by good people.
Wow.
So maybe that's why I never felt negatively about moving here, living here, basing my life here. I'm pretty happy where I am right now. So
didn't you feel any regret at some point?
When I hear there's a family gathering in Japan and I can't join them, like, they're having birthday parties for family members and I can't be there. So that's something that I, feel a little bit sad about moving here. But at the same time, that's gonna happen if I live somewhere, far away from my parents' house or my, family's place. So in general, I don't regret anything. What I did in the past, including moving to the US.